And so, but let's get to the very last one on my list. This is a quick one. It's Wanted Dead. This is a lot of people saying that it is kind of like the Ninja Gaiden successor. And you and I watched the trailer, and we're like, we see the potential, but it's not there. And it's mainly because the AIs are kind of the ones that kind of let down the game, because the AIs are not really doing anything. And the character looks like it looks like it's almost like the character's in God mode, because like everything you're doing is just flawless, and we're not seeing any challenging of like, well, this character's not taking any damage. This character's not. It doesn't seem like it's being challenged. And I wish that they did a better job of the demo showing us the challenge of it, of like getting kicked, getting our butt kicked in this game. But you have a girl that is basically kind of doing a little bit of gun fu with a sword per se. So it has potential. It has that Ninja Gaiden kind of vibe with the action wise, but it's not quite there yet. And I don't think there's a date yet for, which is good. Keep working on it.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, the AI for the enemies was, this looked like partially a tech demo to me, because the enemies were just standing there. I said it was like 80s and 90s action movie where the enemies were all just standing there waiting for their turn. They weren't doing anything interesting. They weren't, clanging like a weapon in their hands, ready to attack, or they weren't even mobbing you. I was saying like they were all ready to come at you. You have to actually make room in order to get your moves off. And you said she was in God mode. Well, one thing I would be doing in God mode is a little bit more acrobatics.
That's another thing, right? I pointed out that she doesn't do acrobatic. It almost has that Ghost of Tsushima style where like the game, her moves are you have to be very exact how you want to do the moves to everyone. Basically, when you go to a person, it's very, because you can probably argue the gameplay looks a little choppy because it's not too smooth the way she does her moves. So it looks like each move is very direct how you go into it. I don't think it's like Ninja Gaiden where you can just slash, jump around, wall jump, or anything. I think every move is very intention. Or maybe or Sifu. Maybe it's like Sifu. Every move matters. You have to be very careful.
You can't just throw out whatever. You will get whiff punished. But yeah, I the game has, like I said, it has potential. I want it to be damn awesome because we could always use more Ninja Gaiden like games. Not to mention, I mean, they have the gore on point, but cool. Make me want to play the game enough to where I see the gore. If the game feels like a boring slog the first couple of levels, then what's the point? So I say key to success, in my opinion, tighten up that enemy AI, make the enemy AI, or make the enemies as interesting, if not more interesting, than your character. And the character, loosen her up a bit. Make flow a little bit more like water. You can still have precision moves, but it don't make it so stiff. It seems just, if you got gun katas, you should be acrobatic enough to slide between someone's legs, shoot them in the tank, jump up, stab somebody behind you, and whatever. Have fun with it. So that's what and the level design. I really, really hope that they make the levels engaging. Like, let's say I want to incorporate, you saw one of the levels, it was kind of like a hotel bar or something like that. What if I want to take a bottle and crack it over someone's head, or put someone through a table?
So you want you want more environment. You want to make use of more of the environment. Is that what you mean?
I mean, it doesn't have to be over the top or insane, but the environment should be a character in there. If you have a sword and a gun and you're surrounded by people, be able to move around, you kick stuff into their way to at least slow them down, make some separation. Yeah, add some more of that. I would like to see that in that game.
Okay. All right. So, let's get to your two games that you have.
Okay. First game I have is High on Life.
The return of High on Life.
Yeah,
we talked about it on a couple episodes ago.
We did talk about High on Life before, or it was announced before, but it's, oh my goodness. So the fact that the character design, the weapons, they almost remind me of Ratchet and Clank in their silliness, but the fact that your weapons are alive, like all of your weapons are supposed to be alive, and I believe it's from one or both of the writers, Rick and Morty.
Justin Roiland, I believe, is his name. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is the man from behind Rick and Morty and Solar Opposites.
Yes, and the previous game that was on PS4 and I think PC that benefits from VR, Trover Saves the Universe.
That is correct. Yes.
So, which I still need to play that game.
And I would argue, I think it's on PS4.
Yes.
Yes. I wonder, is that only VR on PS4, or can you play without the VR now on the PS4?
I think you can play without the VR, but I'm not 100% certain. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But I will say, the fact that the biggest thing that catches for any of Justin Roiland's games or shows, the characters. Mm-hmm. It's the characters, the way the characters interact, the humor. And one of them, obviously it's crass, but one of the weapons that's alive, you take it, it's like a knife, and it's like, oh, I'm going to cut someone's asshole off, and it gets real violent. But the fact that it adds that twist. It's like, to anybody, it could be just a first-person shooter, but now you have weapons that talk. Your weapons are characters. Yeah. The enemies are characters.
It definitely has the Oddworld stranger in there, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if Oddworld Studios isn't doing anything terribly, they're still doing the Soulstorm or Mindstorm or whatever. But if they're not doing anything other than that, then this game will take that. I mean, who doesn't like weird talking guns?
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully enough dialogue that it doesn't annoy you every single time, but we'll see.
And that's the thing, you can tweak that. But it is coming out on the Xbox One, the Xbox Series consoles, and PC.
Mm-hmm.
So
does it have a date?
Oh, say what?
Does it have a date?
December 13th.
Okay.
2022.
Okay.
So, even if this is a short game, if it's priced okay and if it's fun as hell, then this will be something I may eventually add to my library. It's on my wish list.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm curious. I'm curious to see if this is the one that's really gonna put him on the map, because I know Trevor Save the Universe didn't get the best reviews, but I think this one might be better for him, because I feel like he kind of let loose on this one compared to the other one. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I was going to say, if he wants to be a total dick about it, he could totally try and get advertisement for it, cross promotion on Solar Opposites or Rick and Morty.
I was thinking of that, because the new season of Rick and Morty comes out next month. So
yeah, it would be a little contrived, but I wouldn't blame him. I'd be like, I can see why you did that. I can see why you did that.
Yeah,
a bunch of schlubs who love overquoting Rick and Morty are going to watch it. So
right.
The next game on the list is, and I was surprised. I heard rumblings about it like a day or two ago, and I didn't look into it. Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Do you remember? Did you ever see that movie?
I have never seen that movie in my life. Always saw reference, always saw pictures, never seen this movie. I don't care who you are. You don't have to see it, but you have to know of it, right? Like, yeah.
You've at least heard of it.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
I cannot wait to see. I'm not going to immediately jump off, but Killer Klowns from Outer Space. It's developed by Ilphonic, same people who did Friday the 13th, the game, which that is fun, especially if you play with people you know. It is a 3v7. So obviously the 3 are the 3 killer clowns, and the 7 are the survivors that have to. I'm sure you have to, do X, Y, Z in order to escape or evade, or even just kill them. But I like the idea. They're working with a property I hope they got the full game rights to, and they don't run into problems like they did with Friday the 13th. And 2, we already know Ilphonic can make a good horror multiplayer game.
Yeah, asymmetric style.
Yeah, asymmetrical style.
Yeah.
Asymmetrical style horror game. I'm not going to talk about Predator, that. Mm-hmm. But Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I hope they get the soundtrack.
Okay.
And I hope they lean into the cotton candy cocoons and stuff.
Yeah, I like the trailer of the old school, like the kid, go to the door after ordering a pizza and all that. So I thought that was like, okay, that's pretty cool how they did that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, especially that they're leaning into the 80s.
Yeah, man,
it works so well.
Man, if they can market that, there's a lot of cool properties, dude. Because I was automatically thinking of like the Attack of Killer Tomatoes could be something in the future for them if it's done well. That would be so weird, but if they could pull it off, that'd be kind of unique.
So you've seen Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
No. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's so popular, it's so well known that, like, that's the first thing I automatically thought about.
It even had a cartoon.
I remember a little bit of the cartoon though, not enough to like tell you about it. But I thought it was a cartoon before it was based on a movie. I'll tell you that. But
I agree. There's a lot of properties you can do, 80 slasher properties you can do. Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah, I'm even surprised that Friday the 13th did not exist with them yet. You know what I mean? Like, that game could be just like you control the dreams of traps and stuff or something like that. I'm surprised, but I bet getting that was harder than Friday the 13th probably was because
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, Freddy Krueger and all that because those two are probably the biggest ones, so they're probably the hardest ones to get. But Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, I expect that would not be that hard to do. You know what I mean? To get the rights for that.
True, it would just have to be. You'd have to find a way to make it interesting.
Yeah,
but Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Okay. Well, one. For cross promotion alert, hashtag when Jeremy met Nom, kind of see if you can slide that into the schedule.
Okay. See that movie? That'd be interesting.
I think you might dig it. It might be stupid as hell to you, but it is interesting.
Yeah.
It is an interesting little horror movie.
Okay. If it ever pops on like on Amazon, because Amazon's pretty good throwing some old flicks on there. I might even check it out for myself and just see what it is. Just to kind of get off the secret bucket list of like why bother, but I'll watch it. So, but all right.